Alright, you read the title. I tried Shortform for 30 days and got a total of, at this point, 652,487 views. Which sounds amazing, but it's actually really not that crazy and totally a realistic goal for basically anyone trying to do this themselves. And I will now explain to you why I believe that and what my strategy was to actually achieve these results. Also, the entire goal of these short-form videos were actually just to see whether they actually convert into long-time proper viewership. So after 30 days I posted a long-form video and we'll now see if that actually worked and these people that watch the shorts actually now also started watching the long-form video or not. I don't know, this is all just one big experiment and I'm now going to share all of the exact numbers. I think there's a lot to learn here. Now, if you want to do this yourself, the first thing you have to decide on is your genre. Obviously, you can do some weird, crappy videos about just reposting other things or making these AI clickbaity type of short form videos. I didn't want to do any of that, so I set a challenge to myself. I wanted to learn to dunk in 30 days, and every single day I would make a video explaining what I did and sort of showing the progress. But obviously, no one wants to watch a random guy training to dunk for 30 days, so I actually put as much production quality into every single video as I possibly could. I tried to come up with an interesting concept for every single video. So you just need to know the way I did this was not at all an easy side hustle or something. Every single video took basically the entire day to make. It was a lot of work, but in my opinion that's what makes the entire thing worth it. If you just repost random crappy videos or make some type of clickbait stuff that you're actually not passionate about yourself, then there's sort of no point to the numbers. So yeah, do with that what you want. If you want to try this yourself, obviously you can choose your own niche, but I would definitely recommend doing something that is like an actual kind of art form, or at least just like something you're actually passionate about. So the reason why 500,000 views in 30 days is actually way more possible than you probably think is just simply that we at this moment have 3 different platforms on which you can upload short form content. Obviously we got YouTube with shorts, then TikTok with TikToks, and Instagram with Reels, which means every single day I would spend the entire day making a video, but then at the end of that I have one video, but I can upload it 3 different times, which means I get 3 times my baseline viewership on all 3 different platforms, plus obviously I got the chance of actually going viral on each separate platform, which I'll show you that later, but it's very individual what kind of video goes viral on which platform. In terms of numbers, after 30 days I had 202,000 views on YouTube, 303,000 views on TikTok, and 140,000 views on Instagram. So that might sound like TikTok is actually by far the best, but that's actually not at all the case, and that's because the curves of all 3 are very different. If I now had to pick one which is most valuable, it would definitely still be the YouTube channel and not TikTok or Instagram. I'd say most valuable definitely YouTube, then Instagram, and only then TikTok. Even though here in terms of absolute numbers TikTok gave me the most amount of views in 30 days, so that's very interesting. I'm going to show you these curves later on more exactly. Alright, I'm going to do another one of these crazy location transformation thingies now. Ready? And I'm gone. Should be gone now. I hope that cut. Please tell me that I cut. Otherwise this would be really embarrassing. Magical location transformation complete. How'd I do? You like this frame here? I'm trying to use this entire video as a bit of an excuse to practice some cinematography. By the one and only. Anyways, I guess now I'm going to talk about what is actually important with short form content. Obviously there's a million that are telling you that the first frame and then the first 3 seconds or the first 5 seconds are super important, and you need the hook and you need to constantly be capturing everyone's attention and so on and so on. And I think that's all for sure true, that works, but at the end of the day there's so many different types of short form contents and like different video formats that work on different platforms, so I think you can't really just dim it down to that. To me, I think what the most important thing is first of all, the repeatability of the format. So on YouTube especially, I think I treat it much less as just single videos that I'm trying to finally get one that goes viral. There's really no use in that. You need to look at it as an entire gallery, or kind of like a series actually. You look at your work as a TV series. Something that you can do again and again and again, and your viewers that you will build over time will start knowing exactly what they should expect when they click onto your channel. So they sort of build this trust, and you have this format that you can do again and again. And if you look at all of the people that just are starting to rise on YouTube, like, I don't know, the Sticks channel, Tejas Hulur, The one fitness girl, I don't know, I'll put her name right here. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. She's that makes amazing content too. The thing that they all have in common is that they treat their entire channel as a series, right? Tejas with the entire beauty, like trying to maximize his beauty content, which is absolutely fantastic. Sticks obviously making trailers for different YouTubers with the goal of making a final movie about Mr. Beast. And then she, of course, trying out all of these different micro adventures. It's an entire series. If you look at one video, the video itself is cool, but then you look at the entire thing and it's like a whole gallery of just amazingness, which I think that's really what you need to focus on if you're thinking about making something like this yourself. And I'm all the way back here now. If someone decides to steal the camera right there, it's gone. I'm completely dead. There's no way I'm going to be able to catch someone from this far away. Speaking of, there's someone walking past the camera right now. Okay, she passed, we're good. Camera's not getting stolen. So I talked before about the different curves. There's the 3 different platforms made, and so I am now going to show these to you and explain them and show why they're important. Alright, let's go. So this is the curve of TikTok right here. You can see they actually started off quite well. First couple of videos getting like 1,000 to 2,000 views. Obviously these are the first videos, you can't expect these to get very great results. Then finally it made the jump to like 7,000 views, and it's stuck there, constantly making 7,000 views. Throughout the entire series, some of the videos jump up to like 35, 40,000 views. One video obviously here getting like what, 70 or 80,000 views or something like that. But then on day 20, for some reason, I have no idea why this happened, it just dropped back down to 1,000 views. I don't know. Maybe the videos were all too similar and I was repeating stuff too much. I honestly don't know. But this is actually very, very interesting if you'll see the YouTube curve later on. But the Instagram curve is very, very simple. It's just straight. Most videos got like 3,000 views, then some of them 4 or 5. And then actually all the way in the end, just the last video on day 30 getting like 22,000 or whatever views it is at right now. And then YouTube. This is the most promising graph of all of them to me, because as you can see, day 1 to day 20, basically nothing happened. Every single video was like the views went up and then it just got stuck right there, stuck at 1,000 views and did not grow anymore. But then day 20 happened and finally the first video took off. And it took off quite a bit, immediately getting like 30,000 views, and then over the rest of the time growing to like 80,000 views, and it's still counting. That video is still going up as we speak. After day 20, many of the videos started picking up a little bit. They all got a little bit more after this one. But isn't that really interesting though? Like day 20 is the point where for TikTok views dropped, and day 20 is also the video that for YouTube everything started. So I don't know, maybe that actually has something to do with each other, and TikTok sort of noticed, oh, YouTube is pushing this out, so let's not push this out as much. I have no idea. This is just speculation right now. The only conclusion I can make from this is that YouTube is definitely valuable for me, and I think for most people, honestly, if you want to be serious about this, YouTube is still definitely the way to go, especially with later on long form videos like I posted the one on day 30, more on that later. If I was not on frame for all of this, I'm not going to do it again, I'm sorry. No way, I'm walking back up there again. But how about this frame though, huh? This one's pretty cool. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I have no idea if this one is actually cool, because I'm doing this all blindly. I might not even be in the frame at all. But it's cool in my head. So the reason why I even made all of these short form content videos is, of course, as I said in the beginning, just because I really wanted to try to make the long form video perform as well as possible. And did that work or not? Well, I posted the video 2 days ago, and right now it is sitting at like 4,000 or 5,000 views, which I think is actually quite good. If you think about that, this is literally the first long form video that I posted on the channel at all. So the way YouTube works, the first couple of videos, I feel like they need to sort of figure out if they even want to push out what you are creating. So I'm quite sure that this mini success here is at least partially because of the short form viewers that actually then also clicked onto the long form video as soon as it was uploaded. But the curve for this video individually actually is also just still going up, so we'll see. I feel like this is for sure going to grow a little bit, and who knows, maybe it'll actually take off and go properly viral at one point. Important thing is that the video is absolutely not dead yet, which is very, very good for the fact that it's the first video. But also click-through rate is actually not that amazing. I put really much effort into the thumbnail and title. I thought about that a lot, but 4.6%, yeah, definitely going to have to try to push that up further in the next couple of videos. Engagement, however, is very good. The like percentage is very good. Many comments. I think the amount of comments is well above average for normal videos. So yeah, let's see how this is going to go on and whether or not I'm going to actually hit 1,000 subscribers with this first video. That would honestly be just insane. And how much did I earn throughout this entire thing over all 3 platforms? Well, you probably figured it out at this point. Without having 1,000 subscribers, you cannot earn yet. So first 30 days is $0. But again, I said this is going to be realistic results, and I think expecting to earn in your first 30 days is definitely not a realistic goal. But that's the cool thing about YouTube. The longer you do it, the better it goes, and the higher all of the numbers get. So I think you definitely can't be let down by the first couple of months. And also look at where I am right now. Oh my god. This video somehow led me up a mountain to a sunset. This is absolutely unbelievable. And now my mother is calling me. Hold on. Mama? I'm going to come soon. The sun just started setting. I have to film something again here. The sun is so nice right now. No, I will come. Okay. I will come now. I'm finished. I write film, but I needed to film. We rented a car to get here to do something else, and I just wanted to film this video as well. Alright.